All right, so here we are in part two, and we're going to talk about some day trips while you're in Chiang Mai, assuming my computer loads stuff. Yeah, okay, I think we're doing good here. So you have a couple options, and so to do these, um, you could rent a motorbike if you don't mind driving like an hour each way. You could get a driver. That's another way to do it. You could take a tour. Different ways to do it. Um, So yeah, it's up to you how kind of to do it, but these are some cool places. First thing, Doi and Tanon, I believe this is about a 3-hour drive, but it is the highest mountain in Thailand, and it's pretty cool. um, I've actually never been up there to be totally honest, but I've wanted to go because you get views like that. So really cool place. I'm pretty sure you can drive to the top, maybe double check. I don't know if people have left reviews. Um, how long is the journey from Chiang Mai by car? 1.5 to 2 hours. So, um, yeah, around 2 hours. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you can drive all the way to the top. I'm going to give you just a sneak peek insider tip. Around here, you have the Chai Lai Orchid, which is pretty cool. This is like a hotel eco lodge elephant park. And so what it is you stay in a bungalow, and so they have elephants that just like come hang out. And when you're eating breakfast in the morning, they serve you breakfast at your bungalow, and then the elephants they'll just come to your little porch there, and they'll hang out with you. So it's really cool. My girlfriend went here we went there for Valentine's and had a really nice time. Also a good view from the place. Nice remote getaway. That's the sort of thing that I really like, so I'm definitely biased. But I like kind of getting away and like getting out into nature. That's a really great spot to do it. Let me tell you about one other really great spot for that. Assuming I could find it. I believe it's here. Yes. Q-Fin, King Kong. Hang on. Bear with me here. Mae Kampong, it's called. Yes, over here. Okay, perfect. So Mae Kampong is a remote village. This place is really popular for Thai tourism. Again, like most foreigners don't really know about this sort of thing, but I do, and I like it. So that's why I'm telling you about it. Um, I think it's really cool to check out. A lot of Thai people will go here. A lot of Thai tourists go here, but it's like foreigners don't really know about this too much. So like maybe it's a well kept secret, maybe not for long. But if this sort of thing interests you, it's just a tiny village out in the mountains. It's super remote. You can get a nice view, get a coffee, and just like, spend the day there, get some food, just enjoy the ride. You can take a motorbike further up that road, and it goes all the way up here. This is a super steep road, so like be careful, because your brakes can overheat. Like if your brakes are going to overheat, it's going to happen right around here. But that said, there's another great view from the top, national park. Um, so if that interests you, by the way, if your brakes overheat, just let them cool for like 10 minutes, and then you'll be fine. Um, just to let you know. And if you don't want them to overheat, you could let them cool before they overheat. So just take a break. The waterfall's fine. It's not bad, not great. It's pretty cool. But for me, the interesting thing is the village, and you can just go and chill, get some coffee, get a nice view, enjoy the jungle. All right, so that's 2 day trips. You could drive to Mae Kampong, it's about an hour. And the road to the village is not too steep. The road after the village going to the top of the mountain is very steep. But to get to the village, don't even sweat it, you'll be fine. Just follow GPS and you'll get there. Some other stuff, you could go to this place, Silana National Park. I'll just briefly tell you about this. So it's another reservoir. with some floating villages sort of thing where you can go hang out for the day. Um, kind of like this. Some floating villages with like restaurants and that sort of thing. Again, just more like nature. If you like nature, it's a good place. You could also make your way up to Chiang which is over here. There's a huge mountain around here, but you're probably not going to do that if you have limited time in Chiang Mai. You have better things to do, right? So let's talk about other stuff. You could go to Chiang Rai. This, I would say, oof, if you had time to go for like a day or two, it might be more worth it. But even if you only have like a day, it's maybe worth it because Chiang Rai is super cool. It has the blue temple. It also has the white temple. The white temple is the famous one. But this is cool too, right? Chiang Rai, another big, uh, not so big city actually, but um, this is why you go to Chiang Rai. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, this place. Like, what the heck, right? Freaking crazy. Um, so, like, if you wanted to do a day trip, you can, and you could get like a private tour. It's about 3 hours each way. You could drive it too, but maybe it's easier because that's a long drive, you know. So maybe it's easier to stay there or to get a driver. I wonder if you could take a bus. I imagine the bus is pretty cheap. Also, you'd probably save a lot of money taking a bus. There's good nature around here too. There's like hot springs and mountains and stuff. Um, and yeah, there's a lot to enjoy. Chiang Rai is kind of its own place. You can get there from Chiang Mai pretty easily, but it's almost like if you're gonna go to Chiang Rai, like I would almost make it its own trip and like go for a couple days. The same is true of Pai over here. So if you follow this very windy road through the mountains, you get to Pai. It's another 3 hour drive. A lot of curves on this one, not too steep, but very curvy. People do drive it. I think if you're a intermediate rider, you'll be fine. I wouldn't recommend it for beginners, but you know, your life. But anyway, Pai is super cool. If you've been to Koh Phangan, Pai is the other place that foreigners love to hang out because what people love is to get off the grid and just kind of enjoy these big, open, natural spaces. That's one of the draws of Koh Phangan with all the beaches. In Pai, it's this giant valley and it's just this like tiny town in the middle of this huge valley and you're surrounded by rice fields. There's all these like little bungalows and homestays and those sorts of things where it's like you just wake up and you're in the middle of a rice field. Like that's pretty cool, right? It's cool, it's quiet. The hilarious thing is there's also, because so many foreigners go there and live there, like there's also really good nightlife. It's also, ironically, even though it's like, you know, even though this town has maybe like 1,000 people, you could still party till like 5 a.m. if you want. So think of that what you will. If you do go to Pai, again, maybe spend a couple days. It is cool waking up in the middle of a rice field. If it's winter, bring a jacket. It actually does get kind of cold up here, way out in the mountains. Um, but anyway, if you do go here, make sure you go here. This is like one of my favorite places. Oh man, the coolest place, right? Let's see it load. So you just walk on this little bamboo bridge through all these fields for a while. And the amazing thing is how long this walk is. This is like maybe like a mile long bridge. You just go further and further out into these fields until you're just in the middle of nature. And the super cool thing is at the other end there's a temple, like a forest temple, and you can walk around that if you want. In Thailand, like you can just walk into temples generally, so you know. Um, Sorry, this is kind of pixelated. I think it's loading. But anyway, if you do make it to Pai, that's one of the attractions. The attractions there are basically just the nature of it all. I recommend the bamboo bridge. This waterfall's, it's okay, but it's overpriced. It's like 200 baht for foreigners, and it's like you'll spend 10 minutes there. So, maybe skip it. Pai Canyon is famous for like just being a cool place to hang out. Uh, Careful hiking along this. but it's pretty cool. Can you see the view in this picture? Yeah, so the view is really good, right? Way up there in the mountains, out in the middle of nowhere, just enjoying life, right? You can take a bus from Chiang Mai to Pai. Um, you might like bring a bag, you know, because that is a really windy road, and a lot of people do end up getting car sick because they also drive pretty fast and crazy. So like maybe, you know, maybe bring a bag just to be on the safe side. This place is cool, Yun Lai Viewpoint. Good place to just see the whole valley up here. Um, yeah, just really, really beautiful place. Um, just to let you know, Mopang waterfall. When I went there, it was like falling apart. There's bridges and stuff, but they're falling apart. So maybe skip that one. Um, but yeah, so that's about it, I think. And in town, I believe there's one traffic light right here, and there's a walking street market every night. Street market every night. If you do go to Pai, stop by this place over here, Jazz House Pai. The owner is a good friend of mine. Tell him I sent you. His name is Brian. He looks like Jesus. Oh, and then the other thing about Pai. So on the other side of this river, when you're out over here, this is where you get like wake up in the middle of a rice field. On this side of the river, you have like nightlife, you have hostels. Don't expect to get a great night's sleep. But over here, it's like nature and stuff. So what I'm saying is, if you want to party, stay on this side of the river. If you want to chill, stay on this side of the river. Easy, right? And yeah, it's just a really nice like place to hang out. Honestly, like that's about it. And explore on your own, you know, because what is it? Love Pie or Romance? Romance. Another story in Pie. There's like Romance Cafe. I think I went to this place, but it didn't look like this. Yeah. So anyway, if you want to stay in a tiny hut with a bed like this, and then wake up in a place that looks like this, and go to this cafe, this is the place for you. This is the cafe I went to. This is the place for you if that's what you want to do. I recommend it if you enjoy those sorts of things. And if you don't, then don't go here. I'm just trying to give you the information. And I know that this is probably more than you'll be able to do in one trip. So it's also like pick what interests you the most. And then who knows, maybe next time you do some other cool stuff. And then to give you just one last thing, if you do go to Pai, you can actually see it here. So there's a motorcycle loop. Probably Thailand's biggest motorcycle loop is if you start in Chiang Mai, you drive to Pai, and then you keep driving, keep driving, keep driving. This is called the Mae Hong Son loop. It'll take you through the mountains, through one of the most remote areas of Thailand, Thailand's least populous province, in case you're wondering, and also the poorest province. So they'll, you know, they could use a bit of help. But you know, you're driving through this for, I think it's like 6 days or something. I'm pretty sure is this Pai? I don't know. So if you're interested in motorcycle loops, that is probably the best one in Thailand. To drive from Chiang Mai to Pai through Mae Hong Son and then back up to Chiang Mai. And I think it takes somewhere around 4 to 5 days, or maybe 6. I don't know. Speaking of motorcycle loops, just gonna throw this out there. Just gonna flex. Hajang is better. This is the most beautiful place I've ever been. So anyway, we'll save that for another time. Yeah, so okay, so I think that's about it in terms of day trips from Chiang Mai. Can't go wrong, honestly. Like, so much cool stuff, and just enjoy it. So I hope this gave you some good ideas. I apologize for ranting on and on and on. It's a bad habit. But yeah, let me know if you have questions, and maybe I will make one more video just talking about different food and nightlife places if that is something you want to hear. If you don't want to hear it, don't watch it. But if you do want to hear it, I'll see you in the next one. Either way, hope this was helpful. All right, cheers.